it really that harsh from initial impressions? It is firmer, it's a little bit firmer. Is it going to break your back? Probably not, but if we chuck it round the corner here, wow, the turning is so much, bloody hell. It feels more planted as well.
What's up guys, welcome back to Real Talk. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram, which I'll put somewhere on the screen here. But in today's video I'm so excited because I'm heading down to Motech Performance. Now it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, it's a long drive from here, it's about 2.5 hours, and I'm going for, you've probably seen it on the Instagram, Motech Stance Plus. So I'm getting it slightly lowered, I think it's 25, 30 at the rear, 25 at the front, 30 at the rear, or other way around. And obviously getting it spaced as well, and apparently that transforms the car, just makes it feel so much better. So I'm so excited. I'm going to see what other bits and pieces they've got there on the shelf to see if I can add it on externally to make the car look a little bit more beast-like, if you like. I'll let you know if it is worth doing, if the rider's too harsh, and if it's just absolutely boss. So I'm so excited. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video and get that horrible drive out of the way.
Oh, you joining me in the car here? It's quite early in the morning, and I'm off to Motech. So as I kind of mentioned in the intro there, I was really tired as well, so I was probably talking a load of shit, but basically getting the Motech Stance Plus done to the car, because I've heard such good things about it. Apparently it completely transforms it, but because it's quite a long drive all the way down there with me driving on a standard setup, and as soon as it gets done, I'm driving it straight back up. So it's going to give me a lot of time, and because it's almost immediate, because it doesn't take long to do, I'll be able to see the differences quite clearly, so night and day. And I'm going to let you guys know, because there's a lot of people who get it done, but there's not a lot of videos of people saying, you know, what is it like to live with daily? Do you compromise too much? You know, if you've got a bad back or got kids, is it suitable? Is it too bumpy? Personally, from what I've seen, I think it's absolutely fine. Do a quick verdict of, you know, what my thoughts are straight away as soon as it's fitted, and if it is worth, you know, the 600, 650 £650, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of money you're paying into a car, and you don't want to pay that if it's not for you. Does that make sense? So, got a long drive ahead, 2.5 hours. So I'll see you down there then, I guess. So I managed to get the car washed, which is good, because it needed, because it was disgusting. And I think we're pulling up just about now, actually. I'm dead excited because I see it all the time on Instagram, and I wanted to do it with the previous one and never got around to doing it. So to be perfectly honest, I'm actually buzzing a bit. I'm buzzing a lot, actually.
Here with Mike, down at Motech. How are you? Alright?
Not too bad. We've been speaking for a long time. You should have done this on your previous M140.
Yeah, I know, but I'm here now. He's convinced me. So I'm just going to get Mike to talk about what I'm getting done to the M140, which you can see on the ramp there, and explain the differences with the different types of springs and how they're applicable for some people and not, kind of thing. So just carry on, Mike. So what you were saying to me earlier.
Yeah, 2 sets for the M140. So we do the Stance Plus, which is this one, and the Stance, which would be in this hand, but I haven't got a spring. Anyway, which is a 25 and 20mm drop. You've gone for the slightly more aggressive 30 and 25.
Yeah.
So the 30 and 25 will actually make the ride slightly firmer. Sometimes people believe the M140's weak point is it kind of feel a little bit detached, a little bit jelly-like as a standard car. This being slightly lower and a harder pounded spring will be a bit more of a firmer ride. Not aggressive, but more like a... You come up with a Honda Civic Type R, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know how they're quite a harsh ride?
Yeah.
Not as in harsh, but they're definitely harder than what you've got now.
Yeah.
This will emulate that. So give a bit more of an edge to the feeling. The normal stance kit, the 25 and 20, because it's made by Ironback and it's manufactured the original spring sort of way, if you like, a lot of the ride quality is kept, but it stiffens up under the cornering. So if you're a daily sort of user of a spring and you don't want anything to be compromising, if you've got a family car or a dog or whatever, they're both great springs, but this is going to be slightly harder than the stance kit. So 30, 25 is always going to be slightly harder, which is naturally because it's lower, and the 25 and 20. So for the two springs for both.
Yeah, so obviously what we've discussed about, a few people have messaged saying they don't know if it's too hard, so you'd recommend just the normal stance kit
100%, yes.
Yeah, not the stance plus. So is there a massive difference between the two? Or
cost-wise, exactly the same. We're talking about maybe sort of 7% stiff.
Okay.
So it's not 100. This is still a very usable spring, and I'm sure obviously once you've got to use it, you'll see that. But this is going to give a slightly firmer ride, more like an M car. It doesn't handle like an M car.
Yeah.
But if you've been in an M2, which I know you have a bit more of a sort of a bit more of a planted feel when they hit a bump. That's what this spring's going to emulate. Also, when you hit a bump in them, they can feel a little bit cushioned.
Boatish, yeah, I'm with you.
So the Stance Plus is slightly more of a stiffer ride. You know, they're both great springs, but you've got to kind of pick the spring which is better suited for what your needs are.
Okay, perfect. No, that's brilliant. Right.
And then we both run these both for the space. So you run 12 front, 15 rear, which is perfect on the Shadow Edition black wheel. So it all looks stunning, yeah.
So guys, we're almost done now. You can probably see my car in the background there. I can't wait to get on the road because like I said, I've got a long drive down here, long drive back up, and obviously it'd be nice to see that night and day difference. I want to say a massive thank you to Mike over at Motech, impeccable service as always, and I can't wait to give you my opinions on this stance because I know a lot of people are sitting on the fence about it thinking, oh, is it going to be too stiff? There are other alternative options that you can do, which Mike would be more than happy to discuss with yourself, but I actually can't wait because apparently there's a massive difference and I'm absolutely buzzing. So once it's done, we'll jump inside the car and I'll tell you what my immediate thoughts are. And hopefully, from what I've said, you guys probably book yourselves in and see yourselves down here soon. But let's just wait, it's almost done here, so buzzing. Okay, so here's the finished product. Absolutely buzzing. It looks so good in person as well. It just looks so much more aggressive. You can see there's a bit of camber where it's been dropped. So just to confirm what we've done, we've gone for the Motech Stance Plus. So it's 30mm drop at the front and 25 at the rear, with 12 and 15 spaces as well. So it looks honestly so good. And so I've decided to add a little spoiler lip as well, just to give it a little bit of a finishing touch there. Of course, Motech sticker at the back and on the sides, but it looks absolutely epic. A visuals perspective, sorry, it's so much better, but now it's a case of me just driving in and seeing the difference and letting you guys know what I think on, what my thoughts are. But massive thanks to Motech again.
Right, so a bit hot from walking around the car and filming it. Oh my god, it looks so good. Like, it looks so good. I'm honestly over the moon with how it looks. I didn't think it would sit as low and have the camera at the front that I had in mind, because I saw a car, an M140. Sorry, I'm just setting my sat nav up here. Saw an M140 that I was going to buy, which had this. It just had nice camera at the front, and from the pictures I see, I was thinking, oh, does it have it? Does it not? But as soon as they dropped it, off the ramp and I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it looks absolutely epic. So that's just how it looks. So now it's driving it. Mike's obviously said that there's a big difference straight away. So it definitely feels a little bit, you know, bumpy. It's not harsh or anything, but honestly, I can't thank Motech enough. They're so good, so quick. The service was just, honestly, it was impeccable. It was so good, next to nothing. Really nice guy Mike is, but yeah, it definitely does feel firmer. So as obviously I've discussed with Mike, there are other alternatives. You don't need to go as harsh as the 30mm at the front and the 25 at the rear, but is it really that harsh? From initial impressions, it is firmer, it's a little bit firmer. Is it going to break your back? Probably not, but if we chuck it round the corner here, wow, the turning is so much, bloody hell. It feels more planted as well. Yeah, whoa, there we go. Yeah, definitely a lot more planted. Absolutely. If you've got an M140 and you're deciding to do it and you're thinking, oh, I don't know if it's really for me, give Motech a call, speak to Mike, he'll talk you through the options. But there is a big difference between the car that I drove down this morning to the car that I'm driving away early afternoon, honestly. It's better. So I've been driving now for about 20 minutes, and honestly, the ride isn't compromised that much. It's just a little bit firmer, but in a way you feel a bit more planted, a bit more secure with it. Yes, if you've got moves like me, they jiggle a little bit more. That's no concern, as long as they're not massive, because you don't want them hitting in your face and, you know, bruising you. But it does feel a lot better, and it always feels like it wants to go. Like it's hard to explain, but it feels so much better. And it just makes you think, why didn't BMW do this to begin with?
So guys, just made it back from Motech. Obviously I've picked up a hoodie as well. Why not? Absolutely love it. You have to. If I've driven all that way, why not? But just want to say what a difference that stance kit makes to the car. First of all, visually, it looks absolutely banging now. And in terms of drivability, as soon as I got in it felt, oh, it feels a bit sportier. As soon as I went around the first roundabout just outside Motech, I was like, bloody hell, what a difference. Personally, I think for £650, it's probably the best money that you can spend for such an upgrade, if that makes sense. So massive thanks again to Motech, specifically Mike, for sorting me out a fantastic deal. But for anyone who's obviously looking at doing something like this, or has been on and and like I said, obviously on the drive back up, thinking if the rides are going to be too harsh or whatever it may be, honestly, word of advice is it's not too harsh, and the benefits that you get from it are absolutely amazing. Like I said, visually looks wicked, and as soon as you drive it, as soon as you tuck it into a corner or roundabout, you notice a difference straight away. So in my eyes, 650 quid, I think it's around that price, I've forgotten now, is totally worth it because it transforms the car. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.